Hello and good day. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. Along with that, the SEOmastermind.org as well for the educational side of my business. In today's video, I do not want to waste any time. What I'd like to cover with you will be this particular list right here. I was asked a few times to touch on some key pieces for small and local business owners just like yourself. So what I want to do is I want to walk through this list, which I think will massively impact your small business, your local business, your medium-sized business, SEO, your content marketing, your Google Maps. I want to take you through, I believe there's about 12 steps here, starting with small business SEO tips. Is small business SEO right for your local business? Some of the things I'll go over today are some of the tools. What are grids, content marketing, blog content? We're going to talk about it all. Take a look at this list. Let's not waste any time. We'll get directly into it. Since this is a live stream, please stay till the end. If you have any questions or if you want me to dive deeper into a particular topic, please, during the conversation, put in your questions, put in your comments. I will definitely, without any shadow of a doubt, get to them. This is also a YouTube Mastermind members only class or training. So, of course, this will get moved. So feel free to ask as you wish. All right. So I do not want to waste any more time explaining what we're about to do. Let's get directly into it. All right. So first and foremost, is small business SEO right for your local business? I want to get this out on the table. All right. In order to answer this, you need to first know what you offer. What do you offer and where do you offer it? Some of the tools that we'll utilize in order for you to come to the realization for yourself if small business SEO is right for you, because really what you're asking is, hey, should I invest in local business PPC? Should I invest in Google Maps SEO? Should I invest in a content marketing strategy? Some of the tools that we like to use in order to understand, hey, should I go after this? Should I do ads? Should I do Google Maps? Should I put up some new content, some blog content, service pages, location pages? And we'll talk all about these terms if you've never heard them before in a moment. But some of the tools, or the main tool that we love, is a tool called SEMrush. I'm not promoting them. I don't have a link. It's just a tool that we love and I use every day. One of the easiest ways to understand for yourself as a business owner if local business marketing is going to be good for you is by simply going and taking a look at your leading competition. So we're going to head out to the SERPs together, and whatever your business model is, what's your services and where do you offer them? These are the two every business owner I speak to, whether it's a consultation or an actual person I'm helping on a monthly recurring basis or even a one-off service. My first question, I have three. What service do you provide? Where do you provide them? And what is your most profitable or fastest turnover service or product that you have? What sells the best? What sells for the highest profit? Where do you sell it? And why? And what is it? Right? So ask yourself. And after asking yourself this and understanding this for yourself, go out to the SERPs and take a look. And what I mean by SERPs is search engine results page. When you do a search in Google, take a look. So let's just say that you are a chiropractor in Houston, for instance. You service sciatic, or maybe you're a dental, maybe you do Invisalign, maybe you're a car accident lawyer, maybe you're a roofer, window repair, garage door, plumber, water damage. I don't know. Take a look at the SERP, the search engine results page. And if you want fast, quick results, again, this is just a tool I love and I use. I don't have a link. I don't do the affiliate thing. All right. If you're new to Chris Palmer SEO, this YouTube channel, I only promote me. All right. So when you're taking a look, or if I'm offering or telling you about a service, it's because I use it. All right. So this is called Keywords Everywhere. It's $10 a year. Me personally, I'm a huge fan of mass value for a low cost. To me, I'm looking for services and products for myself, and this is what I recommend to you. If the value exceeds cost, I'm a buyer. So one of those services, in my opinion, is Keywords Everywhere. It's $10 a year. I get all the searches I could ever want. On top of that, you get all types of other things, keywords, keyword variations. It does the render DOM. On top of that, they own another tool called SEO Minion. SEO Minion does on-page and off-page and title tags and all kinds of stuff that we're not even ready to talk about yet. All right. But with that said, inexpensive, high-quality tool. All right. What this is going to give me with a blink of an eye is right up here. See how this is highlighted in blue? I set that. You could set the color. And what this is up here is volume. Volume is search volume. Now you can actually take a look at this. You can do it United States or globally, Australia, Canada, wherever you live, United States probably. Put your search phrase in. Is there people looking for it? And CPC is cost per click. Also, the higher the cost per click, the higher probability that this is going to be a high conversion key term or key term variation. All right. This is a good way to see, hey, high volume, high dollar amount to bet on or to buy the click. Probability is this probably converts. Keywords everywhere. Another tool is called SEMrush. SEMrush is a all-in-one tool. It's a public company, exceptional, right? When they IPO'd, I purchased it. I've done very well. Great company. Again, I don't have an affiliate link, but what I will say is you come into Google, you come into the SERPs, search engine results page, you put your primary service in. Remember, you've already made a list for yourself, services and where you provide them. You look at each key term. You can even make your list, and you can come into a tool such as SEMrush. This tool that I just opened up here is a proxy or account manager. Again, this is a low-cost, high-value solution. This is called Incognition. This manages my different profiles so I can share proxies and accounts with my team. With that being said, all right, let me go in here and show you SEMrush. So what we're looking for is an answer for ourselves. Do I want to invest in small business SEO? Yes or no? I know my service. I know my location. I put the key term in. I find a player in the space, a player being a website or a competitor, a business that's in the spot that I would like to be in. I pull them up. I grab their URL. I bring it into a tool called SEMrush. On the left-hand side is all the functionality. What I'm looking for is I want to look at organic research. As you can see, I'll highlight it in orange. And as you can see, it's over here. I put them into the search bar right here, root domain. That's looking, root means the entire website. I'm going to search. I'm going to click on search. I'll make sure this is on US. Again, we can get information from all over the globe, but I'm primarily focused on the United States. I'm taking a look. What I'm looking at is, do they get traffic for key terms that I want? As a caveat here, I want to know, are they getting their traffic from maps for the keywords that I want, or are they getting their traffic from organic? Why is this important? Or is it paid? Because then I know my keywords, the best performing for the people or the businesses that are in the spot that I want to be in, they're deriving their customers from either paid, maps, or organic. This will give you clear insights into what you should invest your time, energy, and budget into. All right. So this is how we come to the answers or the equations for ourselves. Let's move on to number 2. All right. Number 2, why small business SEO? I think these two go together. I was just writing out thoughts in order to give explanation, but why not? If business owners, competition is achieving results, phone calls, form fills, leads, more business for you and your family through content marketing, Google Maps or PPC, then yes, that's why small business SEO. Let's keep going here. Google search results page and AI features. Now, I've kind of touched on this, all right? Let me introduce to you the SERPs. If you hear the term SERPs, that means search engine results page, all right? With that being said, this is a SERP, all right? Let me point out some of the features or functionalities that will be important to you as a small business owner, all right? Let's point out some of this. We're going to stay on this topic here. Actually, we'll switch it up. All right, because I'll show you another SERP that has a lot more functionalities and features, and then I'll show you some of the AI features. All right, so first and foremost, we're going to look up car accident lawyer. All right, in, I don't know, how about Los Angeles. All right. So what I want to point out to you is some of these SERP features that are on Google. I primarily focus on Google. Why? Because at this point in 2025, this is the dominant search engine. This is the toll booth for web traffic. There's no question at this point. There's a lot of other players. I'm sure you hear a lot of different squawking out online, but this is the dominant player right now. All right. With that being said, we've put in our search phrase. And what we're looking at here is multiple features and functionalities within the search results page. Let me point those out to you. Up here at the top, we have a sponsored ad. These are also called local service ads. Yes, there is a difference. There's local service ads. There's organic ads, right? There's top of page, bottom of page. There's also maps ads, all right? These are your local extensions. This is PPC. Sometimes you'll see an ad right here. Also, I'll show you another feature, all right? If I look up plumber in Houston, there's another service called Google Guaranteed. As you can see here, you're paying per lead. All right. This is like a local service ad. All right. Google Guaranteed, organic, maps, top of page, bottom of page. All right. And then everything in between. On top of that, I'll show you another feature or a functionality within the SERPs. Another place to derive your leads from as a local business owner or a small business owner is going to be maps. All right. This tool that just popped up here over to the right, if you're curious, hey, wow, what's that? This is a tool called Plepper. Again, it's free. What this is going to do is when you're searching and looking for your businesses or at businesses, it's going to, with a snap, with a microsecond, it's going to tell me, okay, what categories are they using? On top of that, it'll tell me how many services, how many reviews, what's their phone number, what's their CID. It gives me so much information just like that. Back to the point here. The feature that I'm pointing out here is Google Maps. Inside of Google Maps, sometimes this is a bad time of day. You can see here that these are listings. At the end of the day, the top 3 is all that matters. This is also called the map pack or the snack pack or the 3-pack. These are some of the terms that you might hear. All right. With that being said, when we come over here to the left-hand side, you can see that this is who is going to be deriving all of the calls, all of the leads, all of the form fills. Businesses at the top are not necessarily the best because they are getting the visibility and getting the clicks. They remain at the top. All right. Your goal, your mission is to get into the top 5 of organic and also maps. Top 3 really, but top 5, you'll actually start getting some play. All right. What I mean by play is actual leads and calls, and your business will expand. All right. So with that being said, this is Google Maps. There are ads that run up top of here. Another feature is booking online. You can book this or know where to create this through if you click on this listing here, inside of your business, see how it says book online, see the information that Plepper has given me? When you take a look inside of here and you see this book online, when you're setting up your Google business profile, we'll talk about that momentarily, there will be a section in there that will give you the guidelines and the recommendations for a third-party booking solution. You want to always you're forced to use what is recommended by Google, all right? No matter what you're looking at, Google will have policies and guidelines in order to help guide you to stay within their guidelines, all right? Google Maps, ads, and organic all has their own guidelines. Let me point this out to you. All right. If you come over here, this is search status. All right. This is status.search.google.com. This will tell you about updates and things that are going on. If you're working with an SEO agency or company and they're like, oh, there's these updates and there's stuff going on, this is how you'll know beforehand if they're about to do something or they are doing something and if they're trying to pull a fast one on you. All right. Status.search.google.com. The other section that I wanted to show you was Google search guidelines. All right. And here you go. All right. Inside of Google Search Central, that's the term I was looking for, you will find everything about everything here. There's a massive difference between recommendations and going everything by the book and some of the recommendations and tactics and techniques and strategies that you'll hear from an SEO like myself or an agency. Things that work and things that are within the guidelines, they work together. Okay. With that being said, we talked about search functionality and features. I shared with you Google Business Profile, Google Maps, different points of ads. I also shared with you Maps, different types of ads that you can run within Maps, Google Guarantee, Google extensions, local extensions, PPC ads. All right. As you scroll down to the bottom here, I want to show you one more search. There's some other features that are for now, but might change tomorrow. Some of these features are AI features. All right, let me share with you some of those. So what is a car accident lawyer? All right, question terms. See how this is generating an AI overview? All right, this is a feature or a functionality. Okay, this is a feature. Okay, I want to point this out. Also, some other features are here. I'll show you this. Okay, here's features. All right, see how underneath here I have what is called site links. This is a feature. Okay, another piece that is a feature, I'll show you another feature. Stick with me. So that's site links. I'll share with you another feature. So let's do plumber in Houston. Let me see if I can get one to pop. Okay. How about plumbers? Give me 1 second. I'm trying to get one to pop. What I'm looking for is stars underneath. I'm sure you've seen them. I don't want to waste any time. There'll be stars underneath. That's a feature. See how see these links right here? This dots. This is a feature. There's micro features built within the SERPs that you can either optimize for or buy into. All right. And that's what I'm pointing out. AI features, ad features, schema features. These are things that you can optimize for and or buy your way into. All right. And what I mean by buy your way into, buy as in pay Google in order to get a placement like Google Guarantee, or show up inside of the 3-pack like we just talked about on Maps. All right. Let's move on to the next section here. All right. Keyword research for your small business. Again, there are countless, endless amounts of tools. Everybody and their cousin's dog has a tool or a better way to do something. All right. Some of the tools and some of the resources that I like to use, I will cover. But I want to point this out first. One of the easiest ways to start your journey is going to be this. When doing keyword research, I want you to keep it as simple as possible. Keep your costs as low as possible. Like we talked about at the very start of this, all right? One of the very first things, all right, that I ask a business owner as soon as I meet them is, and ask yourself this, pull out a notepad or an Excel sheet, whatever you're more comfortable with. And I want you to do this. I want you to make one list of your services, and I want you to make another list of your locations that you offer this service. All right. On top of that, what I want you to do is make a list of competitors, okay, for each service in each location. Here's what I mean by this. You have a list of services, you have a list of locations. As an example, to outline what I mean by make a list of your competition, it's very, very simple. Maybe a half hour, 20 minutes worth of work. Each of your services that you provide, let's say you're a car accident lawyer, all right, and you operate in Austin. You're a car accident lawyer, right? Here's your competition. 1, 2, 3. Make that list. But you don't just operate in Austin, you also do Fort Worth. All right, Fort Worth. Okay. Get your competition. 1, 2, 3. Make a list. But we also do Florida, and we do Fort Myers, we do Naples, Cape Coral, Punta Gorda. Make your list. Get your competition. Why is this useful? This is going to be useful when you're doing keyword research in order to understand which key terms and key term variations are driving the traffic. Is it car accident lawyer? Is it car accident attorney? Is it car accident lawyers in or car accident lawyers near this town? You understand what I mean? This is going to be wildly helpful for you and your business in order to direct your attention and your budget and your time towards key terms and optimizations that will actually drive business for you. You can understand what's going to drive business for you if it has driven business for your competition. All right. So again, back to the point here, make a list of service, make a list of locations. And if you have the time and you really want to do it right, get the list of your competition. All right. Now, with that being said, you now have your initial list. Let's just take a look at this. So we have car accident lawyer. I'm just going to use this as an example. All right. Truck. Okay. Watch this. This will be pertinent for later. Truck accident lawyer. Okay. Train accident lawyer. Okay. Bear with me here. Let me just type this out real quick. Truck, car, train, personal injury lawyer. Okay. I'm a personal injury lawyer. I do train, I do truck, I do car, I do medical malpractice. All right. Lawyer. Okay. Now this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here is 5 services. And we're just getting warmed up. I'm sure you and for your business, you have even more. Now let's talk about locations. And the reason why this is important is because this, just like remember in school, you know how you would get an assignment inside of school and what the teacher would do, or some teachers would do, is you would make a Roman numeral outline or a table of contents. Think of this, your locations and your services, as your outline, as your table of contents. Because at the end of the day, you have your homepage. This is who you are. The services are what you do. Your location pages are where you do them. With these two things, armed with these two things, you will have a large plethora of pages, of content, of keywords. And you're thinking to yourself, but Chris, this is only 5 services. And maybe you only do, I don't know, Orlando, Fort Myers, okay? Orlando, Fort Myers, Naples, Punta Gorda, right? Cape Coral, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 locations and 5 services. You have to note that's 5, 10, 15, 20. That's 25 pages plus a top level. That's 30 pages. That's 30 pages right there. If each page that you create is 1,500 words, right, of unique content, unique meaning I wrote it just for that location and just for that service, a page ranks for more than one keyword. Just because I'm hyper optimized around a car accident lawyer in Orlando, if I write a 1,500 word article about my service targeting this location, I have the opportunity to rank for several dozen or several hundred key terms, potentially. You with me? So back to the point that got us to this part, all right? Make your outline. Services, locations, competition. With these 3 things, service, location, competition, you are giving yourself more than enough to get started with. On top of that, the competition is not only going to help us for later topics within this video, but also our supporting content. Supporting content and blog for a small business owner like yourself go hand in hand. Supporting the idea builds authority and depth of concept. Building depth of concept is how, in the long term, you end up ranking much higher and ranking for more key terms. All right. So, right back to this point of keyword research. You write your service, write your location. With your competition, you'll be able to answer questions like, what is a car accident lawyer? Okay. All right. Here, I'll make this a little bit bigger. Font. Okay. Homepage. Service pages. Location service pages. Supporting content. Are you starting to see the outline? Here's who I am. Here's what I do. And here's where I do it. And oh, by the way, when I'm mentioning here's who I am, here's what I do, to support that, I can also tell you what is this particular concept. To look at our example, what is a lawyer? How much does this lawyer cost in this area? When should I hire a lawyer? Who's the best lawyer? Are you with me? Now I have countless pages. Then in order to determine which key term variation, because I know my service, I know where I do it, but to know the difference between car accident lawyer and car accident attorney, you have to rely, they're both the same thing, but which one should I hyper focus on? How you do this is we're going to go right back to our tool set. All right. And that tool set is a tool called SEMrush. All right. When we're looking at our competition in the areas that we want to service, doing the service that we provide, which of those key term variations are driving traffic? Let's look at an example together. All right. Let's take our topic right here and let's go right out to the SERP. And we're going to do car accident lawyer in Cape Coral. All right. It's Cape Coral, Florida. I'm a car accident lawyer. I do this service in this area. Remember, we already have our competition. We're not looking at ads or not pay to play. I want to see who earned their way and are they getting traffic? And if they are, which key term or key term variations are they utilizing? All of the above, right? So we're going to take a look here. We can bring in this player here or this competitor right here, and we're going to take a look at their site. We're going to pull them in. We're looking at organic research. We take their page, we put it in, and then we look. Are they using car accident lawyer, car accident lawyers, car accident attorney, car accident attorneys, right? They all mean the same thing. These are called variations. When you're doing keyword research, there are key places that have more weight or are more meaningful for optimization of a term. And what I mean by this is when you're creating a web page, okay? When you are creating your web page, there are some sections. Let me point this out to you, all right? Come on over here. We're going to go to chrispalmer.org. I'm just going to log in. This is just a landing page, okay? And I'm giving you advice on on-page SEO. If there was any curiosity, you can go check out GSA search engine ranker lists. That's a key phrase that I optimized for. If you have any curiosity, if I'm the guide to teach you on-page SEO, go and take a look at that SERP and you can make the decision for yourself. All right. Once you understand the math, you can go and rank. Yes, there's time and there's authority and there's backlinks. There's a lot of things that play parts, right? Plus, I am a semi-authority in the space of SEO. So these all work together. But I assure you what I'm telling you is going to get you onto the right track is all I'm getting at. All right. Now back to the point. The point that I was trying to convey to you is when we're optimizing for a term, there's key places, and I'm going to point these out to you right now on my site, where you want to put your specific keyword that is actually generating traffic for the people in the positions that you want to be in. All right. And these key places to start are going to be your URL, your title, and your H1. All right. And where those are at on your page, if you're using WordPress, 60% or 70% of the web is using WordPress. I assume you are. And if you are, I'm going to show you where these spots are. All right. So inside of my WordPress, yes, I'm using some tools. All right. The builders that I recommend are Breakdance, Oxygen, Bricks, Cadence, and Live Canvas. There's 5 for you. As far as SEO plugins, there's a lot of them. What I recommend is All-in-One or SEO Press. For speed plugins, there's a lot of them. What I recommend is WP Rocket. All right. This is what I have. This is what I use. And this is what I recommend. And no, I don't have a link. It doesn't matter to me either way. but this is the stuff that I use and I recommend. All right. It's up to you though. All right. But remember, if you're getting a recommendation from me, it's because the value has exceeded the cost. Period. End. Right. I'm a very frugal guy. Saving money's making money. Right. So that's how I operate. So let's get back to the point here. Areas that matter the most. Once we're using our SEMrush and we've identified which key terms are making money for competition, what are we going to hyper optimize around? The terms that are making money for our competition, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what your website is. I hate that that's what it is and that's what the world is, but that's what it is, right? At the end of the day. So when we're looking at this site and we can see here, wait a minute, they're actually, yes, they're a car accident attorney or a car accident lawyer, and they're ranking number 1 for a car accident lawyer, but wait, that's not how they're getting their traffic. It's actually auto injury attorneys that is building the traffic. So this is a near me term. I can see injury lawyer, injury attorney, but it looks like attorney variations are actually producing traffic better in this particular instance. Attorney, not lawyer. So armed with this information, let's go into the on page. And let me show you the 3 key places that you need to make sure that you're putting your key term to make sure that you're, in most cases, to be honest with you, ahead of probably 50% of all business owners out there. If you keep this in mind, you're probably, I assure you, most business owners don't even know what a title, a URL, or an H1 is. Okay. So keep these 3 in mind and make sure you get your primary key term in these areas, and you'll be probably ahead of about 50% of people. Okay. So here, let me show you this. All right. So we're right in my back end. Now, the way this looks has been set up by me because this is how I like to look at it. The colors, the functionality, but the basic template that you're looking at here is the back end of what is called WordPress. Okay. Now, when we're inside of WordPress here, I want to point something out to you. All right. I like to show this. This is called the options. I want to see all the pages. All right. I like an extended view because I want to see everything. I want to be able to operate on everything with the click of a button. Now that we're inside of here, what I want to point out to you are those 3 places. Place number 1, title tag. All right. See how this is doubled up? The reason this is doubled up is because I am using what is called SEO Press and SEO plugin. So when I write my title in here, the primary key phrase, remember the one we just identified? We want to put the primary key phrase and its variant within our title tag. What do I mean by variant? I should say the plural version. Okay. So when we have backlink service or backlink services or link building and backlinks, because that's what this page is about, you can see placements, inserts, 2 different things meaning the same thing. This is what we're stacking. Title. All right. This is your title tag. I've repeated it here. The permalink, permastructure, or URL parameter. This is your URL. This is the thing that goes right here. Title, URL, and H1. Let me show you what that looks like. When we come inside of here, better yet, I'll just take you to a page, chrispalmer.org. Okay. I'll just show you this really quick so you understand what I mean. This tool I'm using is called SEO Pro extension. There's a ton of tools like this. SEO Minion, SEO Meta in one click, SEO Pro extension. The lady's very nice. She put her ad here. I keep using it because she's such a sweetheart. It's a free tool. It works great. It gives me my schema. It gives me my headers, and that's what I want to show you. See the H1? It has the primary keyword in it. The keyword for me for this page is my name. All right. I want to rank for Chris Palmer SEO. It wasn't that hard, to be honest with you. So with that being said, this is my H1. My URL has my name, Chris Palmer. My H1 and my title tag says Chris Palmer. Chris Palmer, Chris Palmer, Chris Palmer. What do I rank for? Chris Palmer SEO. You with me? All right. Those are your 3 places. Let's keep going here. All right. I digress. So keyword research, we talked about a lot there. We even bled into the next section, right? Which was on-page optimization. Now, there's a lot to be said in this particular section. I have a whole training dedicated to this. It's one of my It's honestly one of my favorite topics. Do you want to know why? Because there's no penalization and I get the answer to what I have done quickly. What I mean by this, no penalization, I have full control over my website. I can do whatever I want in my world. And I really like that. See, when I'm doing off-page things, I have to worry about other people's websites and what they think. Sometimes it costs money, but no matter what, it costs me time. What I like about on-page in my own site, I have full control. I only have to ask me. I'm like, hey, Chris, I want to change this. I'm like, go ahead, right? I like that. And here's what's even better. Google, with the advancements of AI and their algorithms, usually as long as you don't have, I hate to say, a horrible site or a bad host or a slow site, or you just have garble and all AI content, usually when I make an update, as long as there's not Google updates, I can usually see the changes within a week. I either go up, I went down, or it was neutral. I can go in, and we're going to talk about this in a moment. I can go in, make my changes, submit my website to Google Search Console. We're going to talk about that. Redo the website, make the changes, and request a recrawl or a reindexation. Within a week's time, I'll know, hey, did it go up? Did it go down in rank in the SERPs? Or did it stay the same? Is what I did it actually make an impact? See, with backlinks, I build a link, I spend my money, but I'm really rolling the dice. Did it go up? Did it go down? I won't find out for a month. In a month's time, do you know how many things a business owner like you thinks about? Right? The probability of me even remembering, unless I set a timer, is like 0. So, with that being said, I love OnPage for that reason, and I want to point out some other features or functionalities with OnPage as a small business owner. All right. Business owners always ask, and I'm sure you're wondering, well, what do I write about? How much do I write? What do I title it? What do I write, right? This is the question I always get. But if you follow my simple procedure, my strategy, my very simple technique of creating a list of your services, creating a list of your locations, it's very easy to know what I need to write about. All right. If I am a car accident lawyer and I operate in Orlando, Fort Myers, Naples, Punta Gorda, and Cape Coral, then it's simple to know that I want to have a page called Car Accident Lawyer Punta Gorda, Car Accident Lawyer Orlando, Car Accident Lawyer Fort Myers. These are all pages. The next thing is I have secondary services. I do truck, I do train, I do personal. Repeat that process. Simple. The next question that I get is, well, how much do I write? I don't know what to write. I don't know what the format is. I don't know what pictures I need. Yes, you do. All you have to do is see what Google's rewarding. And here's how you do it, and I'll give you the tools to do it. Let's do it together. Come on. So you want to know what you need to write? That's your service and your location. You want to know how much to write? You fire up Google, and you use, I like 2 separate tools for this. Okay. And the reason why 2 separate tools is because it gives me all of the information for free. And here's what we're doing. You're a car accident lawyer in Cape Coral. You want to know what your key term is or what to write about? Well, there's your key term. There's your title, your H1, and probably your URL, right? Car accident lawyer, Cape Coral. There's your title. There's your URL. And there's what to write about. But Chris, how much do I write? Well, you take a look at who's winning. Who's winning? 1, 2, 3. Now, again, I'm painting very broad strokes here, but this is going to give you the basics. That's why you're here. These are just tips, okay? In order to establish what you want to come up with an average. What do the top performers have on average? So here's what I do. I fire up 2 separate tools. One of them is called SEO Quake. SEO Quake is made from our friends at SEMrush. Again, it's a free tool. It's a Chrome extension. There's a lot of tools that do this. I like this one the best. Why? Because it takes into account all of the words that are within the rendered DOM. What's the rendered DOM? The rendered object model, okay? The document object model, right? This is what Google processes and reads. It doesn't matter to you as a business owner. What matters is, in my opinion, this is the best. There's other tools that do this, but I want to look at all of the words because that's what I feel Google is looking at, okay? With that being said, you fire this up, you go to your density. You open up number 1, you open up number 2, and you open up number 3. But Chris, I noticed that you put in a directory. That's an authority site. That's not a site that looks like us. So he's a winner. He's a competitor. The probability of me beating him is 0, but that doesn't matter to math. I need to know what the SERP average is. That's all. He's just another number on the list, or they're just another number. That's all. Right? Because how many times have you had, maybe you're in other businesses, but how many times have you been out into the market and you'll see some random site ranking number 1 above an Amazon or a Best Buy or a Walmart? Happens all the time. It can happen for you. So here's what you'll do. You fire these up and you take a look at what is called word count. 3060, 3060, 2297. You see isn't it kind of odd how all the top performers have about the same word count? Is this a coincidence? No, it's not. It's not a coincidence, my friends. It's not a coincidence. Your job is to get as close as you possibly can to look like a winner in every aspect possible. So this is our first step. We want to know what we want to write about. That's our service and our location. Now we need to know how much we need to write. The key things first are, what is the average word count? So I like to open up the top 5. I did 3 for sake of time. You look up these 3, let's say 3,000, 2,000, and 3,500. I pull out a calculator. Literally, this is what I do. Let's say it was 3,500 plus 3,200 plus 2,100 equals, divided by 3 sites, 2,900. That's how many words. But Chris, there's multiple sections. There's H tags. There's optimization zones. I agree. So the very next step that's high impact, and we'll close out this section of this training, is going to be looking at your heading tags. Heading tags are not for design. They're not for size. They're for keyword placement and for keyword placement only. Okay? So your next objective is to know, what is the average header count? What is winning? How many headers? So you simply go, now that we are armed with our average word count, we need to know, what is the average header count? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's 25. I count them all. That's 25 with those two. 25, 25, 25, 35. That's 47, 48. 48. I added up all the headers from the top 3 players. 48 divided by 3 equals 16 is the average. So now I know, right? And now you know how to do it. What do I want to write about? I want to write about the service I provide in the area I provide it. How many words do I write? Well, what's the average of the top 5 players? Okay, now I have a word count. How many headers should I use? Well, what's the average of the top 5 players? For this particular instance, I want to write 2,900 words with 16 headers. That's it. Once you're armed with that, here's the title, here's how many headers, and here's what the word count is. You can either write it yourself or buy it from somebody like me, chrispalmer.org. No, you can do it yourself. All right. One more piece of information. All right. It'll help you immensely. I know this can be mathy, right? A pain in the butt. Making money's hard. I have to break it to you. Every single step of this is a real pain, right? And I put this on the list. All right. When you take a look down this list, you can see how this could be time consuming. There's tools involved, there's time involved, there's math involved. It's a real strain, right? And there's a question on here, because as I go on, the strain and the pain and the anguish and the amount of work that is required to actually be a success is very daunting. It can be perceived as this, right? But when you look inside of here and you're starting to wonder to yourself, should I do this myself or hire an agency? Think about what we've talked about. If the cost of what you're doing, right? The cost, your time, your effort, right? If your time is worth more than what you could go and buy this for, then you should hire an agency. If you don't have any coins, but you have a lot of time, then you should do it yourself. It's very simple. All right. So I want to point this one last thing out and we'll move off of this on page and local SEO section. The next thing that I want you to count, now that you're armed with word count and header count, the next most important thing, and we'll end right here on this particular note, is if the primary key phrase is car accident lawyer, in this case, that's a 3-word phrase. Now remember, attorney, law firm, think of other words that mean the same thing. Also, people, places, things. Anything that's a person, place, or thing. Anything that's a primary term or a variation or a plural variation or an acronym of the same thing, and you see that in the header, you count that as an optimized header. We talked about what a header is. Headers, just like I showed you on WordPress just before, the H1, this is a header. There's only one H1. The H1 generally repeats what's in the title. Okay? Now, when you're coming in to figure out, well, how many of these headers need to be optimized, all you're looking at is you look at the top performers and you count. Does the word car accident lawyer, a person, place, or thing, or a variation of car accident lawyer show up in a header? Yes or no? If these answers, yes, and this guy has 10 headers and 5 of them are optimized, that means 50% of my headers need to be optimized. What's that mean? Well, if we know the average is 16, that would mean when I create my content, 8 of my headers are going to be optimized. You with me? It's that easy. So all you do is you count. All right, this dude has 9, 10, that's 15, 16, 17. Let's just say he has 6. Does he have more than 8 that are optimized? Yes or no? Let's count. Just like this. 1, look at injured, injury, car accident, lawyer, injury, person, place, thing, something that's very meaningful or something that's similar. That's an optimized zone. 1, 2, key term, 3, injury, 4, 5, 6, 7, you with me? 8, practice, 9, look at this, 10, 11, unoptimized zone, 11, right? Unoptimized zone, we're still at 11, sued, 12, here we go, Florida, 12, 13, right? What's the count? That's it, that's all that matters. Word count, header count, optimized header count. Title, URL, H1, meta description, put your keywords in. I assure you, you're ahead. Now you're ahead of 50% of everybody. Let's move on. All right. Local SEO, link building. Okay. There are so many. SEO is a dirty, dirty business. People are just out here. It's insane. It's really remarkable what agencies and some businesses do to a small business or a local business, right? With that said, all right, I want you to be so careful. You need to know what you're looking at, and you need to know what actually matters. Cost does not dictate performance, especially in the local market. How do I know? Let's take a look at a SERP together so I can explain this to you much better. And what I want to point you to is what is most important. What's most important is not always what's most costly. Okay? What's most important, just to get the terms out for you, in the local markets, in most spaces, not for attorneys. Attorneys, you got to spend some coins, dollars, pounds, yen, whatever you have, right? But in most cases for local business owners, what's most important is high volumes of digital references. Because remember, who we are, what we do, and where we do it is what matters to Google. Now, how do I complement? Here's who we are, here's what we do, and here's where we do it. With what is called a citation or a directory. Okay? I don't care where you go and look. If you're in a local market that's not hyper competitive, like a law firm, okay? If it's a big money niche that you're in, big money is spent. But in most markets, it's unnecessary. Let me show you what I mean by this, all right? Even in this market. But let's just pull up just a couple so I can explain to you what's most important. Let's just pull a couple out of the hat. okay, together. How about carpet cleaning in Boulder? Okay, carpet cleaning Boulder. Let's do another one together. What else? What? Roofing? Okay. How about roofing in Austin? Okay. Yes, I need digital references, but age trumps link. Depth of concept trumps link. Traffic and click and time on site trumps link. Link is there to compensate. Here's who I am, here's what I do, and here's where I do it. Referring domains matters more. Count matters more than quality. We can argue about this all we want, but I could show a million instances. But let's take a look at these SERPs together, okay? Roofing, Boulder. So here's roofing. How many do we want? Carpet, roofing, a smaller market for a lawyer. Let's look at, how about car lawyer in Orlando, okay? It's a city, but it's not crazy. It's not like Austin or LA or something like this. Let's get one more example. What's another hot niche that everybody does? How about so we have lawyers, we have roofing, we have carpet cleaning. Give me another one. What's another one that's always coming up? How about windows? Window installation. Think of a city, Denver. Okay, here, let's do another one. Just one more, couple more examples. Because remember, this is backlinks. Everybody's always stressed about this, but I assure you, and I'll give you a process too. Carpet cleaning, roofing, car lawyer, windows. But here, how about this? Pressure wash. Here, better yet, chiropractor in where? Oklahoma. Okay. Oklahoma City. All right. Now let's look at our examples together. All right. Let's go to carpet cleaning in Boulder. Let's go to the top site. Okay. Chem Dry Boy. All right. Or team. Pull them up. We're looking at the homepage. We're going to look at all of them just so I can convey this message and this to you. Age is the factor. Page age is the only thing you can't manipulate. It is the most important thing. You can spend all the money you want. You'll never catch them. I just want you to know that. Let's keep going. All right. And here's another caveat, something I've had to learn the hard way. The number 2 person in the SERP, right? Just like with page speed. Like, I'm not going to go spend $1,000 or 10 grand to chase milliseconds. It's the same with, if I'm spot number 2, I'm not going to go and spend a half a ticket. I'm not going to go and spend 20 grand to try to hop up another spot. Number 2, you're still going to do very well. If I'm looking at a page, not just the site, but the page, if that page has been there for 5 years, generating clicks, remember, Google's a product just like what you're selling. If that website has been on Google's product, their search page, for the last 5 years, servicing their customers, anybody using Google search, why would they move you in there? Something dramatic has to happen. They're not going to risk their product. Their product is the search results page. Keep this in mind. With that being said, I want to showcase to you link building and link building strategies that 80% of you business owners, small business owners, if you're out here, these are the link types that you want to focus on scale, at scale, I should say. And let me give you 5 proofs to showcase this to you. All right. So here we go. We're going to, first and foremost, we're going to pull in this particular site here. Who did I pull in? I don't even know. Chem Boulder. Okay. This is the number 1 ranker for carpet cleaning in Boulder. Big city. They're doing their thing, right? I think it's a big city. I don't know. It doesn't matter. What matters is this. What type of links? Did they go out there and spend $200 a link? Doubt it. Highly doubt it. Let's look. I don't know. Let's go see. Referring domains. Okay. The difference between a referring domain and a backlink is this. The referring domain is what matters. You only get one actual link but you could have 10,000 backlinks. Case in point, I have a referring domain on Black Hat World, right? I have a link that's on 10,000 pages. I have 10,000 backlinks. Google only sees one link, okay? Referring domains is what you care about. If you have 1,000,000,000,000 links from the same site, it doesn't matter. It's counted as one. The amount of referring domains is what you're after. The more referring domains that I can get from related sites, and not related by words on page, related by the link graph. The link graph is sites that are linking to one another, right? Like if I want to be perceived as an authority, the reason why you want CNN and Forbes and these types of links isn't because they're like these crazy sites. It's because they're authority sites. That's why they're crazy sites. You with me? So when we're looking at referring domains, wait a minute, the number one player in Boulder, and to be honest with you, I think probably all over in Colorado, right? They're page one, top 5, probably in every city. When you take a look at this, wait, they only have 117 referring domains. But if I look at backlinks, they probably have, look at this. See, it's almost triple. See, but it's referring domains. But Chris, they're number one. They rank in every city in Colorado. What kind of links do they have? They must have spent a fortune. No, they didn't. Let's take a look and see what they have. All right. So remember, they have 117. Let's go to active. All right. These are links that are actively here. And let's go down our list to authoritative links. Okay. Better yet, when we start looking at category, so I'm looking at referring domains. That's actual links that matter. I look at category. These are the hyper-specific links, links that are in a category that are actually driving. Here's the list. But let's look together. Yahoo, local business listing, citation directory, maybe a press release. Let's look together. ChemDry website. Yep. Business listing. See, local. Okay. Citation or directory. MapQuest, citation directory, Yellow Page directory, site link directory, Super Pages directory, chemdry.com, it's a site they own, src.ac.th, this is a profile link moving forward, okay? Conhogging, online services, I believe this is a profile link. Yep. DanDB directory, DexNows directory, Porch.com directory. Do I need to keep going on here? They got 100 links. 100 of them are directories. Let's move on. All right. Stop getting bamboozled by SEOs and agencies. You do not need to spend all this money. Stop it. Stop. Spending more doesn't mean you're getting more. You're just giving more to that guy. All right. Let's keep going. Roofing. All right. Who's the player? Austin, huge city, booming city, right? Roofing, big business. What's a job cost? I don't know. But here, let's see. Number one player. Okay. Homepages ranking. Let's look at their overall domain. What kind of links do you think they have? Are they spending a fortune? Doubt it. Doubt it. Let's go take a look. All right. I hate to drill this home, but this is so important. I can't stress this. Yes, you need links. And yes, you need some authority links. I'm not looking at all of them, but the vast majority are digital referencing, showcasing. Here's who we are, here's what we do, and here's where we do it. Now, I'm not talking about an affiliate site. I'm not talking about an e-com site. I'm not talking about some medium to high competition markets. I'm looking at hard markets, but I'm looking for small and medium businesses, local business owners like us. Like buying $200 niche edits isn't, you don't need it. Stop. Let's take a look here. All right. Or whatever. I'll show you with data. All right. You don't listen to me. Let's look at the winners. Coming down the list, we have 600 referring domains. Okay. Let's scroll down our list here. If I sort this by active, okay, this means that they've been recently crawled. We have 651. If I add a filter, okay, link attribute, no follow, The no follow is generally going to be, there's 50 of them, so that leaves 600. Now let's go to follow. All right. Those 50 are all directory citations and Web 2s. There's no question, I guarantee you, or a PR. Okay. Now let's take a look here. Let's see, out of this 600, these are the most authoritative. What is driving their website? Let's look together. Ready? Bing.com. This is a local service, citation, directory, or probably an image. Let's look together. Image. You're going to get these. Don't worry. As long as you sync your Google Business Profile, you too will have this link. Let's keep going. Next store, directory, Procore. I'm not sure what this is, but I think Procore was, yep, profile. Okay, directory. Anytime you mention your name, address, phone number, NAP, or if you hear this terminology, this is a citation or a directory or an unstructured citation. If it's name, address, phone number, regardless of what site it is that's housing it, that is a directory or a citation. Okay. I don't want to spend any more time on this. I already know what the answer is. You can look up any local business site. I guarantee you, I guarantee you that this is what you're going to see time and time and time and time again. Okay. I assure you. All right. Let's move on from this. All right. But this is the question I get all the time. Where should you focus your attention? There are tons of lists out there. Okay. They're a competitor, right? But they made a pretty list. Their name here. There's tons of lists out there for citations and directories. You can pull worldwide about 800. On top of this, there's 7,300 Chamber of Commerce. So there's 7,300 high quality local type links. On top of that, there's 800 directory and citations. There's 12 aggregators, Apple, Foursquare, these types of sites. On top of that, there's PR services. I have one, but there's other ones available. PR, citations, directories, Chamber of Commerce, stuff that's hyper local to you, your business, and what you do that's going to list name, address, phone number. That's the links that you need. I need to reinforce to Google, here's who I am, here's what I do, here's where I do it. Yes, some of these chamber links, you might pay $100 a year. For Inc.com, to put this in perspective, Inc.com, okay? Let's just use this as an example and we'll move on. You're paying people $200 a link for subpar. Here, just to put this into perspective for you real quick, okay? If you come inside of here, I want to show you this. Inc. Here. Look at this. See this? Inc.com. This is a $100 link. Do follow. This is $100. I think it's 200. This is a $200 link. This is a DR90, just to put things into perspective. DR90, I think. So think about this, dwell on it. Name, address, phone number, right? Let's move on, okay? Moving on. I get riled up with the link building. I'm sorry. It's near and dear to my heart. I spend a lot of time building links. I spend a lot of time battling with business owners that I'm trying to help, and they just think you're trying to pull a fast one on them. Take it or leave it. Let's move on. All right. Small business owner technical. Okay. We've talked about link building, local, on page. And again, we're painting broad strokes here. I'm trying to give you a full featured small business SEO tips mini training here for my members in the group. Okay. With that being said, we're going to talk about technical. For technical analysis, for looking at technical at the end of the day from an SEO standpoint, a lot of what is important will be taken care of by having a quality host and by using WordPress. Okay. Now, there's a lot of solutions out there. A lot of your technicalities, the stuff that's technical and hard to deal with, because of advancements with technology and platforms, Platforms like, for instance, I'm not not recommending Wix, GoDaddy, WordPress, Duda. There's so many. Shopify. There's so many platforms to host a website that will take care of all your technical stuff. Like, there's no reason to worry too much. Buy a quality host, use a quality platform, and 90% of all of your worries are perfectly fine. Now, for the other 10%, there's some tools that can certainly help you uncover and identify errors, issues, and security flaws. Let me share with you the tools that I like to use. All right. Again, I don't have a link. It's up to you. All right. But let me point these out to you. All right. Let's get rid of these examples here, and I'll share with you the tool that I love and I use. It's called Sitebulb. All right. See this? Sitebulb. Sitebulb is going to uncover technical issues, duplicate content, title tag issues. So on-page stuff that you might have overlooked, meta description issues, canonical tag issues, all the little technical details that are SEO focused, it takes care of. It will also run a security report. If you don't like this tool, or maybe it costs too much, there's another option, which is called Screaming Frog. All right, Screaming Frog, again, excellent tool. It's up to you. It does a lot of the same thing. I think it's not as polished, but this is one person's opinion. They're both exceptional tools. And for technical and for mass overview, these two are what I like. Now, I have dabbled with another tool called Deep Crawl, but for what we're talking about today, all right? Oh, they changed their name. Deep Crawl, SEO Clarity is another one. Deep Crawl, or whatever they changed their name to, if you have a huge site and you want more insights, that's what that's for. Plus, it costs a little bit more. Screaming Frog and Sitebulb are perfect for a local business owner or a small business owner like us. All right. It'll take care of all of that stuff. Again, too, back to our point of technical, like I mentioned before, a quality host, right? Quality platform, quality themes. If you're using WordPress, quality plugins will squash a lot of your issues. A lot of your speed, security type problems, your technical issues like from speed and stuff, is generally derived from hosting. Okay. So with that being said, there's a few hosts. You can use whatever you want, but there's some key players out here. I think it's worth investing in a quality host. What I would recommend is very simple. Amazon, AWS, okay? Amazon has hosting, excellent service. Google Cloud, okay? They have hosting, excellent service. They have WordPress, it's click button, it's like $9 a month, $7 a month, right? Google, Amazon, or Azure, all right? You're going to pay a little bit more, but Azure, again, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, top shelf, right? You get what you pay for when we're talking about hosting, speed, and security. Okay. These are my 3 recommendations. If you want click button easy and you're willing to pay a little bit more, my recommendation, it's up to you, is called Cloudways. All right. If you want to use Amazon, DigitalOcean, Google, Microsoft, if you want to use these, but you don't want to go through their setup and all their nonsense, but you want to use their servers and use their quality, and you just want to click the button and be ready, Cloudways is the way to go. This is what we use when I get clients in. This is what I set them up on. Again, it's up to you. All right. This is what I like. You're going to pay a premium, but it's easy. All right. It's safe, it's fast, and it's on the best servers on the market. Who can debate Amazon, Google, and Microsoft? Come on. who wants to debate this with me? So let's move forward. All right. We've already touched on, if you're using WordPress, what I think is a quality theme. We can touch on this one more time because we're talking about technical. Again, Breakdance, I hate to say it, but they have a good product. I don't even want to say it. Elementor, Breakdance, Elementor, Oxygen, Cadence, Bricks. There's so many, like there is so many, but these are some of the better WordPress themes and builders. Along with that, as far as speed plugins are concerned, I really like WP Rocket. And then as far as an SEO plugin, I like All-in-One or SEO Press. I'm not a fan of Yoast. I know they do the best marketing and they have a great affiliate program, but there's too much bloat. Every time I want a feature, they're trying to ding me for another $20. I want to pay my money and use my tool. Every time I look around, I don't want to get a pitch. I don't want to be pitched. I don't want to be upsold. Just tell me how much it is for the tool. Like if they just came out and said, hey, we have a superior product and it's $300 a year, then okay, that's what it is. I don't want that. Go and see the gentleman over at SEO Press. You'll pay your $50, unlimited sites. Come on, all the functionality. It's the best of the best, in my opinion. If you don't like that, it's not polished enough for you. You want a little bit more features, All-in-One. If you want, I see a lot of people using it, but I don't like it. Rank Math is still a quality product, but I don't like it. I don't like how it sets everything up. All right. SEO Press, All-in-One, or Rank Math, those are the Dundadas. Yoast is not for me. Moving forward, CDNs. Another way to speed up your images are using CDNs. There's a ton of them, but in my opinion, you may want to stick with Google, Amazon, or Cloudflare. Okay? That's enough about technical. Let's keep going. All right? We're going to finish this off. The next thing we want to talk about is location page creation and service page creation, blog content. All right? As you know, Google can't read, right? Maybe you don't know this, but they have trouble reading. What they're good at is math and knowing what should be inside of that content. Now, how it reads doesn't matter. Remember, Google is a computer and they're tokenizing. Tokenization is taking all the in, the, but, comma, period, all that stuff. Doesn't matter. It's all jumbled into a corpus and calculated to see if it's relevant or not. Long story short. With that being said, there's a lot of tools out on the market. If you can afford it, I would highly recommend pay somebody that can write the content for you, right? If you absolutely positively like, Chris, I just want something fast, quick, and easy, there are so many different AIs that I can point you to. Some of those, go to Replicate. Okay. Come on over here to Replicate. Come into the playground and look around. What you're looking for are large models that you can train based on your data set. If you don't want to do that, then AI might not be for you. If you want something that's already trained and easy and will give you okay content for cheap, you can go and see my good friend Matt Zimmerman. He has a tool called ZimWriter. It's up to you. I recommend you get human written content. If you want to use AI, you should train your own or go and get ZimWriter. There's a million options though, so it's up to you. I think you should handwrite it or have somebody handwrite it and then optimize it. If you want, there's too many options for me to discuss in this short video, so we're going to move on. All right. The next piece that I want to point out here, blog content is not blog. I should rephrase that. Blog content is not, you're not writing content to write content. When you're a local business website, resources, time, and dollars spent mean something, right? Every dollar in needs to have two back out. So if you're creating a blog, you need to change your focus from blog to supporting content. Now, when you're creating supporting content, this means that I am only writing informational content that's about the services I provide. It's very easy to come up with these types of supporting documents, especially if you took care of the initial list that we talked about in the beginning of this particular chat today, right? If you've already made the list of your services and you already have the list of your locations, the next thing is your list of competition. And then here's the supporting content. And here is how you make your list for this. Very easy. All right. I want you to write this in a list. Who, what, when, why, where, how, and best. 1, 2, 3, there's 7. Okay. Who, what, when, why, where, how, and a best of. This is all the supporting content you will need per service. Who does it? When should I buy it? How much does it cost? Why do I need it? When do I need it? How do I use it? And who's the best? That's it. Now, this doesn't mean that I need 7 pieces of supporting content per service. No, you only write supporting content that is going to potentially lead to a sale. Yes, I need to showcase depth of concept. Yes, I need to have informational traffic. Yes, it can help you bring sales, but I do not want to write pages that will not potentially lead to a sale. How you determine this is by using your competitor list like this. So what you want to do is you want to go out to your search engine results page, armed with your list. What I mean by armed with your list is we know what our services and we know where we provide them. What we're going to do then is we're going to come out here and we're going to go to we're just going to use our example, car accident lawyer in Houston. Okay, we're going to come into our top 5 players. We're going to do one together as an example. Okay, and we want to know from our competition, because remember, traffic is the lifeblood of a website. The reason why you want to look at top players that are ranking for your primary terms and replicate their informational content is because on my best of lists and my who, what, when, why, where, how pages that I'm going to create, I want to take traffic from my leading competitor. You're taking life from your competition. As I take traffic, life from my leading competitors, and I start ranking for informational terms, and I start ranking for secondary variations, and I make a best of list that now I'm ranking for their name, I'm subtracting traffic from them. I'm becoming the authority. As they go down, I go up. And this is one of the main reasons why we want to look at competition to determine which variations of informational content are going to serve us best. Now, I like to look at the top 5. You put their website in. We know they rank for car accident. What supporting content do they have related to car? They might not have any, but you come into SEMrush or whichever tool you decide, Moz, Ahrefs, Majestic, SEMrush. We go in here, we look at their organic research. We take a look at our overview. We come into their top keywords. Once inside of their top keywords, the next thing that you want to do is you want to sort by intent. The intent determines everything. Intent is everything, my friends. The intent of the search is everything, right? Who or where in the funnel am I targeting? All right. So we come in here into intent, and we're looking at informational and transactional. You can even look at navigational, and we're going to take a look. Non-commercial intent key terms, usually informational or transactional is what you're after. I like to look at navigational too to see how they're using their name, because I might want to put that into my content. All right. We're looking down the list. All right. And oh, this was a roofing example. My mistake. I must not have changed this. Okay, we're doing roofing. All right. Bear with me here. What does ACV mean? So they have a difference. What is the difference between roof repair and roof replacement? There's a piece of content. Waterproof. Oh, how should I use roof for waterproofing? Here's another piece of content. Are you with me? You see what I'm doing here? Things to do. I don't like this type of stuff, right? Informational content for informational content's sake. Just because it drives traffic doesn't mean that it's going to drive a sale. I'm looking to support service key terms. If it does not directly support your content, then if it doesn't serve a purpose, it doesn't belong on your site. Okay? And this is one of the ways you can get your informational content. Another way to do it is simply by putting in the who, what, when, why, where, how questions and best of, and looking at who's currently ranking in order to get ideas on what you should write. For instance, what is a car accident lawyer do? What? Who is the best car accident lawyer in pick your city? Who, what, when? When should I hire a car accident lawyer? Why do I hire a car accident lawyer? How do I hire a car accident lawyer? Right? Stuff that people are stuffing into their commercial pages as facts or FAQs belongs as supporting content, in my opinion. Your site will perform so much better. And you have more variations of key term and more depth of concept. Let's move on. All right. So we talked about blog, location, technical, link building, local, on-page, keyword research, the search results, search console, and analyzation of heat maps. Okay. Now I want to point out what is search console. There's a lot to talk about. I owe you many videos on this topic, but I want to point out, I want to paint broad strokes here for what this tool is and what it is most useful for. Okay. What it is this. All right. We're going to come over here. All right. All right. We're going to go to search, Google Search Console. Google Search Console is a Google product that is free. I highly recommend that you get this onto your website. Along with this, a free product that is Google is called Google Analytics. Probably spelled that wrong. I'm not here to win the spelling bee. I'm here to share with you SEO information. Okay. What I want to point out here is Google Analytics. Very, very important. It's very easy to set up. Walk through the process. There's 9.5 million videos on how to install the code, the pixel code, or the analytics code into your website. I'm not here to get into that. There's so many videos on how to set this up. It's not even funny. You will find it. The next thing that's important is Google Search Console. Here are, to paint broad strokes on what's important, let me point this out to you. Some of the key, most important things that you care about when using Search Console is this. All right. We're going to come inside of here. We're going to look at my friend Alligator. All right. Alligator Pools is a guy that I don't help. You'd see where I stopped helping him. He's taken over. He does his own thing, but I talk to him periodically. His name is Chris. He's a friend of mine. With that being said, here are the things, painting broad strokes, that are important and why you want Search Console. Number one, you want to be able to give Google your sitemap. This is the sitemap section. The sitemap is the initial way to say, hey, Google, look at these pages. Very important. Number two, when you have your pages inside of your sitemap and Google has found your pages, the next thing that's most important is what is called your URL inspection. Why? When you're making your on-page optimizations and your changes, you inspect your page, Google will recache, recrawl, and reindex your page and give you your ranking adjustments. Reason number three, it's important. Google understanding how your pages are performing is very important. If under performance, you go to search results, I can see how I am doing. To give you a clear or quick way to understand what you're looking at, clicks is what you care about. This is your clicks. Underneath here is this is what the clicks are coming in for as far as the actual key terms. When you click on pages, this is the pages they're coming in with. Countries, devices, search appearance, and dates. This is self-explanatory. Queries are the words that they're finding you. Pages are the pages that are getting the clicks. If I click on 2 pages and click on a page, now I'm looking at the page and then I go to query shows up. These are the queries that I'm getting the clicks for, and page is I'm looking at the page that is getting the clicks. Now I know what pages are performing and what keywords are performing the best. Now, I want to point this out. Clicks, we've talked about that. That's people actually coming to us. Impressions. An impression is a potential click. This means that I showed up inside of a search feature or inside of the SERPs, but I did not generate a click. I was visible, but I didn't gain a click. CTR. If I show up 1,000 times as an impression and I get 10 clicks, this determines my CTR rate, my click-through rate. How many times was I shown? How many times was I clicked? The percentage is called CTR. All right. The average position is average position. There's a lot of tools out there to track your rankings. This is a free one. Tracks every keyword for every page for free. It might not be the best. It might not always be accurate, but may I mention, it's free. Right? It's free. It's free. It's pretty good for free. All right. These are the most important, but there's another thing too. Another piece that's important is, hey, I can track links that I have. I can also look at, do I have manual actions or is there security issues, right? On top of that, I can see enhancements. Remember when we talked about features, the stars, the links, the site links? Do I have a featured video? Hey, it'll show me all of that stuff. Do I have it? Is it valid? Is it working? Is everything safe on my website? Do I have a fast website? Am I mobile friendly? All these little questions, all the little stuff that matters, it's right here in a list. Do I need to get rid of a page? Here's the section to get rid of a page. Sitemap submission, site crawling, site indexing, everything's right here in a line of importance. Let's move on. Should I do it myself or should I hire somebody? We have painted very broad strokes together tonight, right? We've talked about a lot. Everything from on-page, features, SERPs, keyword research, backlink building, citations, directories, press releases. We've talked about technical SEO, hosting, websites, templates, plugins, all types of money and time and resource and energy. And think about this. How much time do you think I've spent to learn just what I've taught you tonight in this hour? How many years, right? Now, there's many nuances and many lessons, failures that I've gone through. So the question here for you as a business owner is very simple. Is the time and the energy and the resource to create service location, supporting content and backlinks? Do you have enough time to do all of this while maintaining the guidelines? Or is your time to do this worth more than what it would cost to hire me to do it? That's the question. Is your time worth more than $200 an hour? Yes or no? Some guys out here or some companies out here are about $500 an hour. Most SEO agencies are starting at a stack a month, and the model is very simple. 3/4 goes to them, 1/4 goes to you. And when you look at what is being done on your site, you'll clearly see that. Some agencies do deliverable based, like moi. And how that is here's what you need and here's the hard cost. Do you need this? Yes or no? Value based, in my opinion, is not the way to go. I paid $2,000 a month, but what exactly is that? How many pages? How many links? How many words? How much optimization? How much time do I get? How much service do I get for my $1,000 a month? If they're willing to break it down and the numbers make sense to you, go with that agency. If it doesn't make sense to you, then maybe just do it yourself. Again, If your time is worth more than what the person is asking based upon what they're going to deliver, then go with an agency. If your time is worth less, do it yourself. That easy. Don't be feared into working with an agency. A lot of times Google is very lenient. Very lenient. There's people out there deliberately breaking the rules, and they do fine. So you as a business owner, for what you're going to be doing, for most cases, you're going to be perfectly fine. Don't be feared into paying high dollars. Okay. With that being said, if you want to talk to me, check out chrispalmer.org. If you have any questions, ask me now. Let's come on over here and let's see what you have. All right. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, right now is your time to ask. All right. Let's see what you have. X Capital. All right. I'm going to stop sharing this. And let's see what you have. X Capital. Hello, my friend. Good to see you, brother. Great to see you. LPAC. Hey, Chris. Hope you're having a good day. Apologize from yesterday. Brickhouse was not trying to get a free. I know. I'm just busting, buddy. You're a good guy. More specifically, I use Map Pack. Sorry. When the heat starts coming on, I get congested. I forgot to point out something very important here before I answer your questions. Please, if you have any questions, get them in. But I want to point out another way to track things that's very important. Okay. So it's on the list here, but I skipped over it. So heat maps and understanding click data. All right. I just want to point this out very quickly and fast for you. All right. There's two types of heat maps, and there's multiple tools that will allow you to track this type of information. Let me share some with you. Okay. Some types of heat maps and ways to track where your calls come from, your forms come from, and what you're receiving and where people are clicking or dwelling or coming from. There's a lot of tools that do this. Some of the best and ones that I really like are What Converts. Okay. What Converts is a great tool. All right. That's one of them. Another one is going to be, it's called something dog. Doesn't matter. Okay. There's tools that are like that. What Converts. Another one to track information on your site other than, say, Google Analytics is Bing Webmaster Tools. All right. You're probably going to sync with Bing Webmaster Tools and Bing Local Business Places along with Apple Maps. So Bing Webmaster Tools has a lot of functionalities that Google doesn't. With that being said, they also have something called Clarity. Okay. Clarity is a tool that's going to do what is called heat mapping on your website. This is so you'll know where people are clicking at on your website. Like if you put a new picture and people are bouncing off, hey, you might want to change that picture. Or hey, you put a big red banner on your website and people are like, clicking on it a lot. Hey, maybe I should make that banner bigger. Who knows? Another tool that does this is called Hotjar. Okay. Hotjar is another tool that's really cool. Hotjar alternative. Let me see if I can find it. Full story. Mouseflow is another one. I've used it before. Microsoft Clarity. That's another one. That's all I have here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to share with you this. What Converts alternatives. Give me 1 second. I don't remember the name of it. Doesn't matter. I think we've touched on that. Now, there's another type of grid or heat map. There's a lot of them available. And this is for checking the performance of your Google Maps listing. Now, Google does not have anything like this, but SEMrush does. So SEMrush maps tracking. Okay. All right, here we'll go to images, and this is what I'm talking about. It will let you know where you are ranking currently within the map. See these little dots? It will tell you by longitude and latitude. If somebody was standing on their phone searching for one of the keywords that is meaningful to you, where do you show up in that map pack? Remember, 1, 2, 3 matters the most, but 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 will generate calls. So you want to know, do I rank 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? And if I do, how far or how much distance do I cover? SEMrush does a good job. Okay. On top of that, but they're not the cheapest. Another one that does a good job, but it's a little hard to set up. And they're a little funky, but they have a good product. I'll give them that. And that is called Local Viking. Okay, I stopped using them, but they still have a good product. It's called Local Viking. Another one that's more cost effective that does a good job is called Local Falcon. Again, good product. I don't use it anymore. What I have settled on, because I love the owner, plus the cost to value ratio is exceptional. I can do tracking. I can do tracking cheap. Plus, I could do posting. Plus, they have a limited amount of control of my profile. They don't make API requests. They don't make changes. Everything is done by you and you only, and it's cheap. What that tool is called is Local Dominator. Okay. And it's a good tool, and it does circle. It's pretty cool. All right. Also, what's cool is you can turn this stuff off, but all the tools let you do that. So that way you can even get it cheaper. All right. Local Dominator, Local Viking, Local Falcon, and SEMrush. Tons of tools. All right. And that is your local heat maps. See, what I like is I want to do posting, and I want to have control, and I want to be able to watch my competition, and I want to do it cheap, and I want to do it fast. This guy, until I come out with my tool, is the best. I don't have a link. I'm just saying. All right. With that being said, let's jump back in here. All right. I wanted to finish off my list. All right. I use a map service, a list, but I don't think it correctly links to my GMB. Are you familiar with Atlas? I am not. Atlas. No. You use a map service called Atlas. It doesn't correctly link. If you're not happy with it and it's something that you don't want, then reconsider, because there's too many options available to us. All right. Next one is Ali. Really great. Thank you, brother. I'm here to help. Additionally, I'd love to share my SEO research tool with you. I created with Python. How would I go about sending it to you and get your feedback on it? The best way is to go to my calendar and book a time if you really want to get in front of me. Another way to do it is if you go inside of there and you book a time, put the URL to it or put the doc to it. This way I actually get to it. You send me an email. I have multiple emails, and my assistant goes through them and picks out the stuff that's either actual clients or potential really good offers. So the best thing to do is go to the calendar, book a time, and put the link to it. If it's something I really like, I'll get in touch with you. All right. Here's another way. I don't always check it, but you can message me on WhatsApp. All right. I probably check it once a week, but every day on Wednesday before my mastermind, I look at my WhatsApp, just to be honest with you. Okay. Transparency is key in this business. All right. I have two, I'm going to be honest with you, with family and clients, mastermind members, potential clients. I run ads out the wazoo. Like there's too much, like my time is finite, right? I make time for this because this is important. Okay, brother? All right. Moving on. This live session available after you completed the list, like it's recorded. It is recorded. It's probably going to get moved to the members only area. So enjoy. I have a question. Okay. Let's say we operate in 3 locations with the same service. When we describe that service, and only difference on the page is the location, how is that unique content? Because The page that's in Austin is not trying to show up inside of the SERP inside of Dallas. So it's unique for the SERP, not for the site. Ranking and duplicating and plagiarism are three different things. You can't plagiarize yourself. Duplicated content is not a penalty. Plagiarism is. On top of that, you're targeting two separate SERPs. As another caveat, this is a shortcut. Just because you can get away with it, and just because we do this as SEOs and as business owners, doesn't mean it's 100% within like best practice. Best practice is to create unique content. But because of budget, because of time, and because we know we can get away with it, that's why we duplicate and geo-modify. All right, brother? And that's the real reason, right? It's usually to save time and money. That's it. All right? Or do we omit some content on the page so we can put it on page 2? Again, I think I've covered that. Shuttle bus, yes. Do we use templates? A template? You can. Absolutely. Yeah, there's tons of templates. But I would use the templates that are built within the builders that we mentioned in today's talk. All right? How are you determining what locations you are going for? Based upon the locations that you want to service. What locations do you want to offer service? If you are a restaurant, should you try to go for a city that's 80 miles away or a state away? Probably not. If you're a car accident lawyer and you only have a license for Pennsylvania, do I want to target Maryland? Probably not. Common sense plus what you're offering are going to play a massive part in determining which cities, towns, and locations to target. Common sense can play into, is it a poor area? Is it a high quality area? If I have a service that's for residential, but the area that I'm servicing is 90% commercially zoned businesses, do I want to target that area? If the service I'm providing is more than $1,000 and most people can't afford it, do I want to target an area that is deprived of income? Probably not. So again, these are the things that we want to take into consideration when determining where we want to target. Do they have money? Do they want my service? That's the number one question. Do they want it and can they afford it? Right? Also, am I allowed to sell this? So take these into consideration when determining this. All right, my friend? Moving on. Hey, how can Web 2.0 help increase rankings on GMB? In most instances, it's not. Links, for the most part, are not what is going to help directly impact your GMB rankings. It's more of an indirect factor. What I mean by this is a backlink is a digital reference. A digital reference is containing information of who I am, what I do, and where I do it. When I have multiple authoritative instances on the web showcasing, here's who they are, here's what they do, and here's where they do it, this can lead to more rankings, right? But that's only one small piece of the overall cog in the wheel that is your strategy. What I mean by this is there's traffic, there's clicks, there's reviews, there's citations, there's links, the content on your website, the internal linking, the age of your site, the age of your GMB, how much traffic you're getting, what words are in your reviews. There's micro pieces going on. All right. Next. What about PBNs? What about a PBN? A PBN is a private blog network, in most cases, a public blog network. Public blog network is another way to acquire links that are niche specific. A link is a link is a link is a link. In some cases, you'll need a PBN. These can play a part, especially when you're trying to cut corners and save money, but I still want to get a high quality link. If I've done all my citations, I've done all my directories, and I'm looking at my competition and they have 50 links that are from PBNs in this category, guess what? That's what I need. And that's where they play part, right? Great video as always. Thank you, my friend. TV mounting. Yeah, you have a lot. See, there's... And we could look at any of these, HVAC, TV mounting, like all of these. it doesn't matter where you look. There's the factors are the vast majority of the links that they have are directory, citation, aggregator, PR, or Web 2. Some of them might have some type of social presence or type links that are entity focused, like Pinterest, podcasts, videos, video hosting platforms, audio, PDF, that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, they're just showcasing who they are, what they do, and where they do it. They're not $200 niche edits on some high powered blog page that's 5 levels deep. Just that's not what moves the needle for small business owners like us, right? I'm not saying that there's not value there. I'm just saying it's not needed in most stages of the campaign. That's all. Like that's not a central focus. Me allocating $5,000 or $6,000 to a link building budget, or better yet, how about this? This is the case. I talk to business owners all the time, and they have a bad taste left in their mouth with other agencies. Like, hey, I get flack, everybody gets flack, but what I hear the most is I paid $2,000 a month. They built 5 links, right? And on top of that, they built me 3 pages a month. They did the design, they build 5 links, and they do 5 pages. And then they drip feed the citations, the directories, and they might do a press release. So what you're telling me is for my $1,000 or for my $1,500, they've given me $500 worth of service and pocketed the rest. And this is what I see time and time and time and time and time again. Right? Right. So that's the problem. Moving on, Zimwriter and Matt are awesome. He's a great guy, very intelligent gentleman. He has a good tool. What I like about it is the customization. Out of the box, sorry, Matt, it's not for me. But because of the level of customization and the control and the scraping functionalities, it makes it an excellent tool. Plus, the cost, can't beat it. Was it $250? $200, and I get full customization. And on top of that, when you're a buyer, you can talk to the owner and the founder and get tips, and he actually cares. That's a good tool, right? You go out there and go to freaking Surfer SEO. Good luck talking to them guys, right? Nothing against them. They have a good tool. I'm just saying they got like an AI thing. If you have some functionality, get in line, get in queue, right? So I'm just saying. Moving forward, but yeah, I like Zim. That's a good guy. So I set up a prompt that does what his does. Great for beginners, exactly. It's a good tool. It works out of the box. You have full customization. You can do what you want. Plus, you can scrape. You could go out there, scrape the winning content, right? Build it all together, and then technically AI spin it. You got winning content, right? It's a good tool. Yes. Now there's others like it. I'm not saying it's the end all be all, but I wanted to name one for you, and that's the one I chose. All right. What's the best maps piece? So maps. So if you want something for posting, for scheduling, and for tracking, I like Dominator or Falcon. These 2 tools have the best cost to value ratio. Period. End. Currently, until search engine optimization tools is done, my developer is very slow. It's a one-man guy. I have trust issues, so I'm very particular on who I hire and who I work with, so things take time. With that said, Dominator is the guy right now. All right, in my opinion. Plus, again, the owner, the creator, he's very active. He'll talk to you if you have something that can help his service or his platform, he'll work with you. He'll add it to the tool. If you can help him push his product, he'll work with you. Like, he's a great guy. And again, I don't have an affiliate link. I don't do that. So I could say anybody I want. I'm only telling you what I use. All right. And here, see, look at, look, see, do I use it? You know what I'm saying? Here's some scans for you. All right. Like that's what I use, dude. SEMrush, you can see this is what I use, but I use them all. I have an account with all of them. SEMrush, Ahrefs, and Majestic. That's what I use, right? Search Console, look. This is a tenth of the businesses I work with. They're in here. These are the ones I'm allowed to show. That's why they're in here on this account, because I show live. I do consultations and stuff, and I need stuff to actively show. So I show this stuff. And I have all types of niches there. All right. I only showcase stuff that I use or I like, and I think the value exceeds cost, not because I'm getting a kick. The only things I promote that I also get a kick are AppSumo, because I'm addicted to AppSumo. I love AppSumo. I buy stuff on AppSumo that's a deal, and I don't even open the freaking thing. Like, so I think you'll like that I promote AppSumo for that reason, because I love it. And plus I know Noah. The other thing is Page Optimizer Pro. For people that don't want to count the math, the tool, I've used all the tools. The tool that gets the closest to my math is Page Optimizer Pro, that's also cost effective. Now, we didn't talk about advanced tools. I also own Quora. Ted Kubitis' tool is top shelf. Top shelf. I have it on a server. It's just ran just for advanced math. When my basic math and SEO skills aren't enough, like when I wanted to go rank for truck accident lawyer nationally, I pulled out Quora. When we were doing our Sell My House Fast project, I pulled out Quora. Sometimes I need to pull out the measuring tape. You know what I mean? Like the 70 factors that I have memorized sometimes aren't enough. Most times, yeah, they are. Like what I know off the top of my head is usually enough. Sometimes I got to pull out the big gun. And when I need that, it's Quora. And again, the gentleman is active. He's live. Ted's a great guy. If you have a question or if there's something he could help you with, he'd be more than happy to help you, especially if you're a customer. Great, right? What a valuable resource. That's the kind of tools I like. Value exceeds cost. Always. That's what I like. All right, moving on. And I don't know if you noticed this too. All these guys and business owners, they're all good guys, right? So like this is some of the criterias. Like, do you have a cheap tool? Does your tool work really good? Are you a cool dude? All right, man, I'm in. Right? So there you go. Sorry to bother. You're not bothering me. I'm here for you. Hey, Chris, how are you? I'm great. Sorry to bother you. You're not bothering me. I'm here to talk to you, man. I'm here for you. You're not bothering me. Nobody's ever bothered me. People get so mad. Like, here's something I noticed with having a web business, right? Now, remember, I have a rule. Little Chris comes first, right? I have a daughter. I have a son. I have me. I have a dog. And all of that comes before everything else. So I have that. Plus, I have clients. So they're next in line. And then I have my own needs. Okay, that's me, right? Don't forget God. So there's God, there's family, there's business, right? There's my own needs. But then, like, you got web stuff, and people, what I noticed with the web is like, if you don't answer everybody, they take it personally. I assure you, I only want to help, and I love you and I want to talk to you, but I can't talk to everybody. And like, you get what I'm saying. I hope you do, but you're not bothering me. If you've tried to email me or text me or something and I didn't message back, it's not because I don't like you. It's not because I'm ignoring you. It's not because I'm a dick, right? There's just a lot of other things. But I'm here for you and you're not bothering me, man. All right? Just so you know. Just want to get that out there. Like, dude, I got a million things. Plus, I'm hyperactive on top of it. Like, it's high frequency all the time, So you're not bothering me, man. You're not bothering me, dude. I love you. That's why I'm here. Plus, I need to keep myself occupied, right? I have to stay busy or I get in trouble. And what I mean by get in trouble is I start doing wacky stuff. I build cabinets. I'm out buying freaking comic books. Like, if I buy one more advertising sign, my girlfriend's going to kill me. You know what I mean? I used to be an auctioneer. Like, I like going junk hunting, like, so I try to stay very busy digitally to keep my mind occupied so I'm not trying to buy junk. So just so you know. If my GMB is ranking in one location, if I want to rank it in another location, 5 kilometers, so let's say about 7 miles away, how do I do that? All right. So now I didn't look at it and I don't know what you currently have, but some of the best ways to do this, I'll paint broad strokes here. Okay. That's the theme of the day. If you have a strong ranking presence here, and I want to rank 8 miles away, but I'm not, and I want to push my way up, some of the strongest, highest impact ways to do this are as follows. One, have I optimized around a central service or service type? For instance, you're a plumber. Plumbers do drains, clogs, toilets, bathrooms, kitchens, sinks, garbage disposals, all this stuff. Are you optimized around one thing? That's number one. Number two, is it clear and evident on your website in the head, foot, and body, or whichever page is connected to your Google business listing? Have you made it evidently clear to yourself, to Google, and to potential users, most importantly, the robot, that here's the services I provide and here's where I provide them? Is it easily able to get seen? Is it in the A tags? Is it in the hyperlinks? Is it in the main menus? Do I have those words, these services, and it's targeting those locations that are 5 kilometers away? Is that clear and evident that you do that in that location? Yes or no? Number three, do you have reviews that say that location for that service? Four, are the reviewers that left the review from that location? Number five, am I getting traffic and clicks from that location? These are high impact. All right. Moving on. Did you complete the 10,000 hours of SEO? You're such a great guy, and thank you for the info. Oh, I started messing around. I took my first dollar in 2007. So for SEO. So 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 3, 4. I'm 40 years old. I think I did 10,000 hours. Yeah, I think I did. I've been doing this too long. I love it. I love doing this. Hey, Chris, I have a Google My Business that is the initial video, got my account suspended for deceptive content. I then sent an appeal with the plumbing license with the address matching the GMB. Still waiting on the response. What should I do if they deny it? Keep replying back. In the bottom of the emails, there's a contact us. When you go to the contact us, you're going to click on it. It's going to ask you, what is this about? Is this about a local business? Yes. Which local business is it? Click on that local business and keep submitting the information until you get a non-automated reply. And that's what I would do. What would be your quick advice to get knowledge panel for a company or a personal brand? A knowledge panel? I just did a test about this. I don't feel that there's much value to that other than for ego. But with that said, let me show you something. Mark Randolph. All right. I'm showing you this to point out something. All right. What you'll notice, no matter who you look up, whether it's Mark Randolph, this is the founder of Netflix, Gary Vee, our boy Alex Hormozi, anybody, there are some key sites that always get picked up. Case in point, Apple Podcast, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or X. actual website, Wikidata, Wikipedia. Figure out which sites are getting picked up the most and go and get onto those sites. Be repetitive with information such as name, address, phone number, business name, founder, who they are, what they do, where's their website at, what's their age, who's the owner, what's the owner's spouse's name, do they have kids, do they not have kids, how long has it been in business, is it women led, is it men led, is it veteran led, right? Information, in the list on Wikidata, that list. Or better yet, have you heard of the tool Perplexity? All the guys in my group are losing their mind over this, right? There's another good attribute. Go and look at the reference points that other businesses have. There you go. But again, does this lead to sales? No. Moving on. All right. Google seems to be more strict now with locations being tied to licenses, not like before. Do they look at license and DBPR, or is photoshopping licenses good enough? I cannot recommend that you break the law, especially in a live area. Okay. If you need a license, you need to have a license. If your top competitor is listing license information, then that's what you should do and keep everything on the up and up. Next. Sent you the details of the tool I made. Definitely looking forward to hear from you. Awesome. And dude, if you're making tools and it's something useful and you're a knowledgeable, honest, reputable, upfront gentleman or woman, it doesn't matter to me. Maybe you and I can do something because I need someone to help my guy. He moves slow. He's a good dev, but I could use some help. So, and you're in Ohio. See that? We can even have lunch. I'll take you out for a steak dinner. In fact, come see me, 30 West Broad Street in Tamaqua. Come on over here. Just not at nighttime. All right. I'm serious. Come see me. I'm a business. I'm open. Come on. Almost anybody, but come alone. Only one person or I won't open the door. Because remember, I have a scale here. I still buy gold. I buy silver. I buy coins. I buy antiques, collectibles, comics, whatever you got. But it has to be a collection. I like vintage toys. Watches, Rolexes, APs. What do you got? Right? Old jerseys, Michelin Nests. I like memorabilia, but it has to be PSA certified or Beckett certified. Right? I'm in business. All right, Elvis, what's your live stream schedule? Whenever I feel like it. So whenever I'm in the mood, whenever I feel like doing it, right? That's one of the schedules, usually in the morning or at night or during the day, whenever I feel like it. But no matter what, every single Thursday, somewhere between 4 and 6 p.m. But I'll be here Thursday. It really depends. If I go to eat and it takes them freaking 45 minutes to give me my wonton sushi roll, then I'm going to be late, like today, right? Because I sit there and I wait for him to wrap it for me because I want to watch him. See, I told you I got trust issues, man. But no, that's the truth. But every Thursday I'll be here because I promised I would be. Even like ask my eyes. Like, yeah, I might be late. I might not be the best with communication, but I always show up and I'm always there, right? Like I'll be here no matter what every Thursday between 4 and 6 p.m. All right. And I'll give you an hour at least. All right. And every Wednesday with my friend Craig Campbell. And again, that's at 11 to 11:30, somewhere in that range. Sometimes we're a little late. Sometimes we're a little early. It just depends. All right, my friend. Next question. I'm going to go through these. If you have any last ones, get them in because I got to cut this. Oh my God, it's 10 o'clock. My girl's going to kick my butt. See, I own this building and the one across the street. Wow, I can't believe it's 10 o'clock. That's crazy. Do backlinks matter to rank in local map pack, or is it citations directories that are important for map pack, like the yellow pages? in my humble opinion, digital reference points that are showcasing name, address, phone number, whether it's a structured citation, an unstructured citation, or an aggregator, that is the most essential links to have. So with that being said, yes, backlinks matter, but it's a secondary factor for maps, secondary to clicks, traffic, and user engagement. All right. And of course, proximity to the searcher. Yep. Hey, Chris, Flickover still works for SEMrush. I don't know about for SEMrush. Plus, you need to know, I don't know if you guys know this or not. I mean, I'm Team SEMrush. You guys know that, right? So I can't point you to, like, I'm not actively on, but I love SEMrush, right? I used to be on their squad, but I just use it, right? With that being said, I can't actively point you to group buy for SEMrush. But what I will say is Flickover is a great group buy for Ahrefs and for Moz. And you wonder why I got kicked off Team SEMrush. There you go. Like I work well with others, but not really. I'm too honest. Because I'll tell you what's good, what's bad, what I like, what I don't like. Like at the end of the day, what I'm thinking is what everyone's thinking. And I realized that a long time ago. Like when I'm using a tool and I'm like, yeah, this is cool. And they have good functionality, but their maps feature costs too much. See, they don't like that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But it's true. All right. Anyway, sorry, your screen is not shared. Really? Well, that's okay. Here, look. I'm Team SEMrush. You guys didn't know? Now you know. And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. All right. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, I'm on all kinds of platforms. I just don't, I don't like, I mean, you can find me featured on a lot of different platforms. I just don't run with that. I'm not the authority because other people say I'm the authority. I'm the authority because of the information. Anyway, moving forward, especially those that I learned from. See, I like, get to your girlfriend. No. It's a little C. I miss little C. It's all good. This is the last one, man, right here. Last question. So once you get verified for an address tied to a license, if I change the address, dude, negative in, negative out. Reciprocity is real. Karma is real. Negative in, negative out. That's all I have to say. It's been an absolute pleasure. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. Since we're at the end of this conversation, I want to point out chrispalmer.org. All right, for any and all of your SEO needs. So here we go. Right now, I'm deliverable based one off. Very, very soon, we're going to have Gray Hat SEO. And what this will cater to is managed, full service managed services from beginning till end on a monthly basis. That's deliverable focused, not value based. You'll know exactly what you're paying for, high value, low cost. Also, I will have a section that is catered towards bulk purchases and agency owners looking to have some room. For instance, you want to buy 50 premium press releases for $200? I'm your guy, right? That leaves enough room for you to make an upsell, right? Your business insiders and your Yahoos and all this stuff. Like if you want bulk, I can help you with that. I'm plugged in, right? I know everybody. I want to be able to share the relationships that I have with others so they can grow their businesses. So that's my angle. I want to do done for you, one off, and on top of that, help agencies that can resell. Along with that, I am the number one SEO mastermind, even if I don't have as many members as others, right? it is what it is, right? But I'm still number one SEO mastermind. If you want another mastermind that's really good, go and see my friend Kyle, Andrew Steven, Ted Kabitis. They have Internet Marketing Gold. Another guy that's really great. I don't usually say names, but heck, I'm on a roll, right? Go and check out Jordan Pierce. Great guy. Craig Campbell, great guy. Nathan Gotch, great guy. Diggity, great guy. They're all great resources. I didn't, I'm not in the white hat camp. I didn't mention any of them, Gotch is pretty white hat, but he gets results. I like Gotch. He's a good guy. With that being said, those are the two. Proxy Pixie. Okay. My friend Alfredo and I, we run this together. He takes care of fulfillment. I take care of hardware, resources, and the platform. All right. I pick the locations. I buy the hardware. He's the fulfillment. Questions. Very knowledgeable. Great guy. Very trustworthy. Stand-up guy. ProxyPixie.com. 4G proxies. Cheaper than anyone else. All right. These are true dedicated. The speed and the performance and the quality speaks for itself. I'm doing it cheaper than everyone else. Cost to value ratio, sky high. Same with the mastermind. I got tests, resources, courses done with you. My time is cheap. I have consulting. I do consulting, courses, training, education, masterminds, everything you need. Everything, right? We're taking all bets. All right. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for your time. I'll see you tomorrow. All right. I love you guys and gals. I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Have a great rest of your day. Blessings. All right. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. You know what? Never mind. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.